By the time you see this video, Martin and I are going to be deep in the southwest of the United States on a 3-week-long road trip. We brought lots of camera equipment with us to vlog and take some landscape photos along the way. In the video leading up to this one, I went over all of the mirrorless camera gear that we are bringing with us on this trip. This video is all about the GoPro vlogging equipment that we're bringing. And in case you'd like to see those travel vlogs, we will eventually be posting those videos over on our travel channel, Gemini Discover. So first off, let's talk about the bag that is housing all of the GoPro cameras and equipment. This is the Tenba BYOB Insert 10. It's a soft padded case that you can stick into any larger bag, but it also comes with an optional soft bag here in case you'd like to use that one. It's a bag that I've had for a really long time, and I use it to carry a lot of my mirrorless camera lenses. However, all of those lenses are in my Pelican case down here, so we are repurposing this bag to put all of the GoPro equipment inside. And I was amazed to find that all of the GoPro cameras and mounts actually fit inside of this Tenba BYOB bag. So it's ending up being the perfect size. So this is a zippered bag, and even though it's meant to be an insert, you can just use it by itself, which is what we're doing in this case. When you unzip it and open it up, you'll see that everything is stacked inside, and it actually starts off with a non-GoPro camera. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket. We are going to bring this camera with us just because it's really great at taking moving time lapses, and also whenever we need a small camera on a gimbal. Next, we'll find the GoPro Hero 7 Black and also the GoPro Hero 8. So we'll be bringing both GoPro cameras, and we'll be using them to vlog as well as taking driving videos, and they're going to serve as a backup to each other just in case something happens to one of these cameras. We love our GoPros so much, and we use them to film a wide variety of subjects. So it's really important that if one stops working or we lose it, that we have a backup camera to use. So this way we are covered. Next is the Joby suction cup. This one has the GorillaPod arm, but we do have another version of the suction cup that we leave in the car. And that one has a locking arm, but we use both of these suction cups to take driving videos. So we can stick this outside of the car or inside of the car, and we can film ourselves, we can vlog, or we can just get driving shots. And that's going to be really important because we're going down to the southwest where driving is going to be really cool, and we're going to pass all kinds of natural formations. So yeah, it's really important for us to be able to capture those drives. Next, we have the Joby GorillaPod 3K, and I admit that this barely fit inside of the bag, but if you push it around a bit, it will indeed fit. And this is one of our favorite travel tripods that we lost and only recently found and started using it again. And it's been really great for vlogging with the GoPro because you can get your GoPro far enough away from you, and you can also use these bendy arms to stick the GoPro on around a tree, around a railing. So we love the flexibility of using this GorillaPod. Next, we have the GoPro 3-way mount, and we love this mount because it extends out really far, and it can also curve out, which is really important whenever we're trying to get selfies of the two of us. And I think that that may be really important on this trip because, again, we're going to have lots of big mountains and vistas that we'll want to make sure that we can grab ourselves plus the view. And so using a mount like this gives you some flexibility to make sure that that camera can be in different angles. I'm still surprised at how much stuff fits inside of this bag. It's like the never-ending bag. So next we have a small extending travel tripod. This is really great for walking around a city or just when you're wanting to vlog with the GoPro and not have it stand out too much, because, you know, compare this to the GorillaPod, and we love the GorillaPod, but sometimes this just draws too much attention or is really hard to stow in your pocket. But if you put the GoPro on a tripod about this size, I mean, it's so tiny and you can stick it in your pocket really easily. So we are definitely going to have this as well. Next, we have one of our oldest mounts that we've been using ever since we started GoPro vlogging, and that is the Joby Telepod, which is great because it has a center column that extends and becomes a selfie stick, but also has tripod legs. So this is really great for holding the camera steady or in place whenever you're vlogging at a table, such as at a restaurant, or whenever you need to stick the GoPro down to do a time lapse. It's comparable to the GoPro 3-way, but the thing with the GoPro 3-way is that it's really hard to make this thing stable. It does have a tiny tripod at the bottom, which gives it some stability, but just because of the bending nature of this 3-way grip, it's a little bit harder to plant this. Versus the Telepod, it's very simple to condense it down or extend it whenever needed. So both of these are really comparable. So this is the GoPro Jaws, which is the last mount that we have, and it has a bendy arm as well as a super strong grip, which is great for planting the GoPro in places where tripods can't go. So think of like a closet door or the edge of a table, something like that. So these are a lot of mounts, and I've gone over all of these mounts into greater detail in a separate video. So if you're curious about that, I have a link in the description to that video. But if you're wondering why we're bringing so many mounts, I just want to make sure that all of our bases are covered, so that if we're vlogging in the car, filming in a hotel room, filming in a Jeep or on a bike, that we have all the mounts available to us to make sure that we can get all kinds of unique angles. I think it's the worst case scenario when you're out in the field or about to do an activity and you have the GoPro and you're like, oh, I wish that I had brought that mount because this is the time that I really need it. So that's why we're bringing so many mounts, and it's very fortunate that they all fit inside of this bag. But besides mounts, we do have a few other things in the bag. Next, we have filters. So these are both Polar Pro filters. These are the filters for the Hero 7 Black, and these are the filters for the Hero 8 Black. The Hero 8 Black case is a lot bigger than the Hero 7 Black case, and unfortunately the ND filters for the GoPro 7 are different size from the GoPro 8, which is why we have to have both filters with us. But because we're bringing both GoPros and because we're going to be going to really sunny destinations, it's very crucial to have these ND filters so that we don't accidentally blow out our frame and therefore ruin our videos. So it might seem redundant to have these, but I think that they're going to come in really handy when we're shooting on this road trip. Oops, I lied. I have one more mount, and this is the Peak Design capture clip, and it's not necessarily GoPro specific, but I intend to use this with the GoPro. So the nice thing about this clip is that it allows you to access your camera really easily without having to pause and dig through your bag to find it. In my testing, this has been kind of iffy and a little bit insecure in terms of using this with a mirrorless camera, but for a GoPro, this is just the perfect size. So we're going to be hiking a lot during our road trip, so this is going to be really great for just keeping that GoPro close at hand so we don't have to dig through our bag or pause through the hike. And the very last thing in this bag is our Elan Z Case. This is the metal case that is specific to the Hero 8 Black. Again, it's super annoying that the Hero 8 Black is a different size, so all of the accessories, including the cage and the ND filters, are different from the Hero 7. So even though we are bringing both cameras, I am not bringing a cage for the Hero 7. So this cage is great because it gives you a little slot down below for the GoPro mic adapter. And then we have the Adoutage mic with the wind muff plugged in currently. So this mic adapter is great because you can use it with the Hero 7 as well, or the Hero 8. But yeah, if anything goes wrong, we are not bringing a Hero 7 cage. I forgot to mention that we are bringing the media mod, but we are not intending to use it unless absolutely necessary. Instead, it's just serving as a backup in case we need to access the mic jack. But other than that, this thing is going to be staying in the trunk of the car for most of the trip. The other great thing about this cage is that it has a filter thread so that you can add on a 52mm variable ND filter, which is what we have here. So we have 3 different ND filters for the GoPros, and whenever possible, we'll probably use this variable ND, but for driving shots, whenever we want to use the GoPro by itself, then we're going to swap them out for the Polar Pro ND filters. So that's everything that fits inside of this Tenba BYOB 10 bag. There are a few things related to GoPro that did not fit inside of this bag, but they are going inside of a separate bag. This is the Think Tank Speed Changer V2, and it's the perfect size for holding all of our chargers. So everything charging related is going in this bag, and amazingly it all fit. So that includes our battery chargers for the Fujifilms, and some chargers for GoPro. Here we have a couple of external batteries. This is the Anker battery. which really great. You can charge your phone at least 2 or 3 times with this, and in a pinch you can also charge a GoPro. So we'll have this. We will also have the Elan Z power brick, which is great because this doubles as a selfie stick. So you can put a GoPro on top and hold the external battery and also charge your GoPro while you're using it. So we may end up using this quite a bit because we're not bringing a ton of GoPro batteries with us. Which leads me to my next point. Here is our GoPro battery charger. So we have some GoPro batteries in here. This is a third-party charger by Telepods. So we don't have an official GoPro battery charger, but that's okay. We find that these third-party battery chargers are fine for charging official GoPro batteries. And we used to use third-party batteries with our GoPro, but no longer, especially with the Hero 8 Black. GoPro is heavily incentivizing you and telling you that you should be using their official batteries. And so just to make sure that we don't have any more problems filming with the GoPro than we already have, we've converted to using only official GoPro batteries for both the Hero 7 and the Hero 8. But those batteries do add up in price, which is why we're only bringing 2 batteries a piece. So 2 for the Hero 7, 2 for the Hero 8. And the rest of the time we'll have to rely on these external battery chargers if for some reason we run out of juice on the field. But in our practice, we find that 2 batteries are generally enough for a full day of filming, so we shouldn't run into problems. So the last thing I have in here is a power brick by Anker, and this plugs directly into a wall and it allows you to plug in USB cables. So you can charge the GoPro batteries in the charger, or you can charge the GoPro directly, and you can also charge your Fujifilm batteries or the Fujifilm cameras in the same way. So this is going to be super useful for charging when we're in our hotel rooms at the end of every day. And the final really important piece in here is also Anker. If you can't already tell, we love Anker for all of our charging solutions. Not sponsored, we just really love them. This is a power strip by Anker, and it's not like a long bar, instead it's a cube. So if you have a cube like this as opposed to a flat strip, then you can plug in this battery charger and still access the other charging slots without blocking them, which is what happens if you try to use this on a flat power strip. So this is just really great for maximizing the amount of outlets that you have in a hotel room, because typically you only maybe have 2 or 4 if you're lucky, but this way, even if we just have 1 outlet, we can charge multiple devices all at once. So I thought it was really important, because we're bringing so many mounts, to be able to find them really easily. So everything that's GoPro related goes inside of this bag, so that whenever we're thinking GoPro, then I know that I can go directly to this Tenba bag and most likely find that piece in this bag. So this is everything that's inside of our GoPro vlogging kit that we're bringing on our 3-week-long road trip. What do you think about everything we're bringing? Are we missing anything, or would you leave some of this stuff behind? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. In case you haven't heard, we are doing a giveaway, and we are giving away this Peak Design Everyday Backpack 20-liter. That's right. We have a full video on this, and so it's linked below. Check it out and see how you can enter this contest. It's going to be open for a month. It closes on July 13th, so there is still time to enter, so good luck.